just have not been able to get there. And I'm sure you're probably thinking of that thing right now, right? So pretty much, well, first things first, we will be doing a little bit of a guided, it's not exactly a hypnosis, but a guided visualization today. No one is coming up on the stage and clucking like a chicken. That's not the type of hypnosis we're doing today, so don't worry about that. You can take a deep breath, relax. No one's going to have to worry about acting like a chicken on stage today, except for maybe me. So basically, hypnosis, what we are doing when we do hypnosis is getting into a really nice, relaxed state and helping you change your thoughts, patterns, beliefs. So it's nothing scary. I know it's kind of this thing that you think about, and a lot of people, when they hear hypnosis, they think about coming on stage and clucking like a chicken. And really what the type of hypnosis we're talking about today, that's stage hypnosis. And what the type of hypnosis that we're talking about today is getting down into those patterns, those behaviors that are deeply ingrained in us and helping to switch that up. So it's an actual state that we naturally enter into multiple times throughout any given day. When you're doing a hypnosis like we're talking about today, we're entering into that state with a very specific goal, outcome that we're looking for. So we're using it to our advantage. It's something that we're already naturally doing. We're just getting there naturally. So you see my little ladder I have. I made this in Canva. I'm very proud of it. So our brain has natural states that it moves throughout the day. So when you're sleeping, you're all the way at the bottom of the ladder. And that spot right before sleep where you're like kind of awake, kind of asleep, that's moving up the ladder. As you're like learning stuff and really focusing, doing work, that type of thing, you're higher up on the ladder. So we're moving up and down that ladder naturally throughout the day. And so when you're a child, when you're young, you spend a lot of time down at the lower parts of the ladder because you're learning. You're learning how to be a person, do things. You're creating all of these patterns. When you're on autopilot, driving your car, and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? I know we've all done it. So you're also kind of in that state. So as we get older, we spend a lot more time at the higher part of that ladder and less time. So we're moving from those patterns that we've already created throughout our life, and we're doing. So now we're actually moving around the world doing. We're not doing as much of that like really deep pattern building. So when we're doing hypnosis, we're coming back down into that lower part of the ladder to really help target in and change what it is that we want to change. So if you're sitting here thinking, yeah, Leah, cool, I want to know about manifesting. Let's talk about manifesting a little bit. I should have set my screen time a little longer here, you guys. Simple definition of manifesting is to make clear or evident. If you Google it, you'll find this definition, to show plainly. So, as I like to say it, when you say you want to manifest something, manifest means appear. You want to see that thing appear in your life. It's a really simple switch in the way you think about it that makes it feel so much less out there and unattainable. You want to manifest something, you want to see it appear in your life, right? So when you're saying, okay, I want to manifest a relationship. It's February, Valentine's Day just passed. A lot of people a lot of people are interested in manifesting relationships. So when you're saying, I want to manifest a relationship, what you're saying is you want to create one. You want to be in one. You want one in your life, right? So maybe you are trying to get into that new relationship, but you keep ending up on the same date with the same type of guy. And you're on the phone with your friend and you're like, man, dating sucks. This is not fun. Every person I go on a date with is the same. And maybe you're agreeing with me in your head right now. Maybe you're thinking, yeah, I've had that experience. So if you're saying you want to manifest something, but you're walking around enforcing the stories of dating isn't fun, I always date the same type of people, those stories, those patterns, and you can apply this to anything you might be trying to create in your life. Maybe you're wanting to buy a house and the story is, I can't save money or whatever it is. So your subconscious mind and the universe doesn't care about the story that you're telling. It's just seeking to make you right. So you will continue to do things to help create within those stories that you're telling. So which story are you telling more? Which story is deeper in the subconscious and that you're moving from? So hypnosis helps bring in, and I will say with manifesting, there is a little sprinkle of magic in there that I can't explain. The quantum scientists can't explain. That's just trust in the universe or God or whatever your word is, whatever your thing is. You just have to have that little bit of trust because there is that little bit of magic that comes in with manifesting. So when you are using hypnosis to help start manifesting a change, to help start creating a change, it's going to help you rewrite those patterns, help you start picking different outcomes. So what you start doing is maybe saying yes to a date with someone that you maybe normally wouldn't have said yes to before because they just didn't seem like it. Well, because your subconscious mind is like all guys are the same, so your subconscious mind is picking those same things. Or dating's not fun. So what you're doing is focusing on the parts of the date that didn't seem fun instead of, I really enjoy dating. So then you're finding the parts of the date that are really fun. You're finding the parts of the thing. Or, like I said, maybe you're talking about saving. So then you're like, well, I can't save, so I better go buy some new shoes. So it's all about those thoughts, those patterns that we're moving from, that our subconscious mind is just wanting to reinforce those stories for us and help us recreate those stories until we decide we want to do something different. And then we can make a change to help us really get down into our subconscious mind and start switching those patterns, those thoughts, those beliefs. Our beliefs are so implicit, a lot of them, we don't even realize that we're having them. We just have them. So everyone here, hopefully, probably, fingers crossed, believes that taking the life of someone else is not good. So we don't think about that. We don't question that. We just have that belief. And when we get upset with someone, we're not ending them because that's not what we do. That's a shared common belief. That's good, in my opinion. So we're not really questioning our beliefs a lot of times, and a lot of times we're not even really aware of them. They're just kind of there. So I think I'm a slide behind. So when we are doing hypnosis, what it's really doing is helping you get in alignment with the version of you that can have those things that you say you want. It's helping you get into that state, that vibration, that place where you start doing things differently. You start making slightly different choices that can kind of alter the path that you're on, that can get you to the place that you're saying that you want to go to. So it's those small course corrections in our beliefs that will help us to get somewhere different, to do something different. So when we do a hypnosis like this, we're going to stay here. When we're doing a hypnosis like this, we are going to have a talk, right? So when you do a hypnosis with me, we're going to sit down and we're going to chat and we're going to get clear about what those stories are. And maybe you won't hear them, but I might hear them. I probably will hear them. And help you start deciding what the new things are that you want to do. What's a new way that you want to act? Who's that new version of you going to be? So when we're doing that, we're allowing ourselves to get really clear on where we want to go. And that's a thing that a lot of times we don't even stop and question. We think that we want something different, but then we don't do anything different about it because we're so in those habits. We're so in those old patterns, those old behaviors, those old beliefs that we just keep doing what we're used to doing. But you can't go somewhere new if you stay on the same road. So the hypnosis, when we do that and we get clear about where you want to go, what we're doing is really finding that new road. And then the fun part is that you get to get nice and cozy and lay down and just listen to me talk. And you get to start thinking about what it might be like and how you get to change. And we start building new patterns and building new behaviors. So when you're in that ladder, when you're in that lower rung of that ladder, you're in a lot more creativity. You're creating a lot more. But then also here's the really beautiful part, which is the self-care part. When you are laying down nice and cozy, listening to a hypnosis, you're relaxed. And as humans, we create so much better, so much easier when we're relaxed. So we can create when we're stressed and we can create when we're like on 10, but chances are we're going to move from the old patterns because you're stressed. So you're just doing what you're used to doing. And it might not be any different. We're not in that creativity as much. So when you get to sit back and relax and go, oh, this is what that might be like. Oh, this is how that might help. So it really allows us to get into that self-care, that creativity, that place where the magic happens. But then also there's that like kind of scientific part of it that we're building new neural pathways and we're actually literally in our brain building new thought patterns and new behaviors. So there's the two really complementary sides of it that you get your little bit of your woo, but you also get a little bit of your, like, there are studies on this and how it works. So it's a really lovely thing, in my opinion. I'm slightly biased. But when you are wanting to create something different, you have to do different. And, sorry, excuse me. I'm so thirsty. So like I said, we are going to do a hypnosis today, a guided visualization. So everyone did think about something that they were wanting to change, right? Maybe something you want to let go of. If you haven't, already, just take a minute and just kind of think about something that you want to change, something that you want to let go of. And in just a moment, I'll guide you guys through a little bit of a letting go. People on the live stream, if you're driving or doing something that you should be paying full attention to, you will want to kind of mute this for that part because you have to be sitting down relaxed. So if you're watching on the live stream, please make sure that you're sitting, you're relaxed, you're in a situation where if you were to fall asleep, you would still be safe. So if you're in a bath, get out, all of that. And before we get started, do I have any questions from anyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you worked with people who are diagnosed as mentally ill, maybe have a thought process issue?
So I definitely can do that. We do require that there's a communication with your treatment provider, just so that we have an open communication channel. And that's not usually a problem, and it would be specific towards the situation. So we can definitely talk more about that if you have any deeper questions on that, or if anyone else does. And then I will be sending out a recording of, where is it? I will be sending out a recording of this. So I'm going to pull up a QR code here. This guy. Come on. Well, we'll keep it small. So you can scan that. That'll bring you into a place to stick your email in, and you can get emailed a copy, a recorded version, so that you can go back to this. And if that thing that you are wanting to let go of is not really fully letting go of, you can repeat the process. And some things, if you think about it, things we've been doing our whole lives, it sometimes can take a little bit of time, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I do want to nuance that with everybody is different. We all have different experiences. We're all coming from a different point. So if the person on the other side of the room just stands up and they've completely shifted and you didn't, no judgment there, nothing, because like I said, everyone's different, and you don't know, this might just be the last final puzzle piece for them, where maybe this is just the first little puzzle piece for you. So everyone's experience will be different with a experience like this. So don't get on yourself too much if it is any different. So has everyone had a minute to think about that thing that they'd like to kind of let go of, kind of change? So what I'll have everyone do is just settle into a comfortable position, maybe get nice and cozy in your chair, relax, just allow your eyes to softly close, just connecting with your breath. Just bringing your attention to your breath. Just feeling the air. Feeling the air as you're breathing in and breathing out. Just letting your breath slow. Relaxing deeper. Deeper, because your breath is here to support you. Just breathing in, Breathing out, relaxing, relaxing. Deeper, deeper. And as you slow your breathing down, just imagine a softly glowing golden orb above you, just moving down from the ceiling. It's filling the room with peace and relaxation. And as it moves closer to you, you start to feel even more at peace. And this golden orb gently touches the top of your head, just giving you a rush of peace and relaxation. You just feel this peace moving down into your forehead, smoothing, relaxing as it moves around your eyes, all around your eyes, and into your cheeks. Just noticing your cheeks, your jaw, relaxing, relaxing. As this relaxation moves down into your neck. Maybe you feel your shoulders drop just a little as they relax. As this relaxation moves down your back, wrapping you, supporting you, down your back, feeling it in your heart center, just noticing your heart center. As it moves into your abdomen, you're feeling more and more relaxed. And then this relaxation moves slowly down into your hips. Just feeling it in your hips, just feeling this relaxation. As it moves into your thighs, your calves, through your ankles and into your feet. Just feeling so at peace, so relaxed. And now, can you just imagine that thing that you'd like to let go of as a soft mist in your center? Just seeing it, noticing it. Just feeling it in your center. And in your mind's eye, I'd like for you to look at your hand and see a large, uninflated balloon. And in a moment, we're going to blow that balloon up. But first, I'd like for you to just bring your focus back to that thing, that mist in your center. Just noticing it. And I'd like for you to say thank you to this thing, because at some point it taught you a lesson that moved you closer to your true self or gave you some kind of benefit that you may have needed at that time. Just saying thank you. And now, as you're taking a long, deep breath in, just raise your hand to your mouth and your mind's eye. And as you exhale into that balloon, you can see the mist starting to empty into the balloon. And again, just taking a nice, deep breath in and exhaling that thing, that mist, into the balloon. Just breathing that mist out into the balloon as you watch the balloon growing larger. Just filling those long, deep breaths into that balloon. Allowing it to grow as large as it needs to. And now, just take the moment to take one last deep breath in and one last exhale into that balloon. And see it in your hand. Tying it off. And just look right at it. Telling it one last time, thank you. Thank you for however you served me in the past. And now, just allow yourself to open your hand and release that balloon. Just watching it drift away, float away, knowing that it served its purpose and now you can let it go. With thankfulness, gratitude, and now with appreciation for what it left. Watching it float away, knowing that you've taken steps towards change. You've taken a step towards creating something new in your life. You're allowing the space that's left to be filled with gratitude, to be filled with appreciation. Just feel that gratitude. Feel yourself filling with that appreciation. And then in just a moment, I'm going to have you come back into the room. You can start now just by moving your fingers a little, maybe moving your toes, rolling your shoulders, stretching. Taking a nice deep breath. And then whenever it feels good, just coming back into your body, back into the room, opening your eyes when it feels good. So you've all taken the first step towards creating change now. You've all now been in that nice, relaxed state, that creative place where you get to use your imagination. You get to start making a change. So like I said, you can sign up to have a copy of that emailed to you so that you can continue to enforce letting go of that change so that you can keep the momentum going. And then there's also always the option to target more specifically whatever the change is that you're wanting to make. But this is a fantastic first step, so I congratulate everyone who participated because you made a step towards creating change today. So I'm happy for you guys. Do I have any questions? We're a little early ahead of time, so I have about 10 minutes, or if you'd prefer, I know sometimes this is like a subject that's a one-on-one type of questioning, so we can always just hang around the room too. Does anyone have a question they want to ask? I am. I have a space just here in Peru. I also do virtual meetings, so if anyone is not local, I have Zoom meetings available as well. Every hypnosis session that I do comes with a recording so that you can continue to reinforce the benefits.
So we can find your address through there, or you have a card?
I can give you my information. Yes, I will send anyone who wants my information, I'll send out information through here. So pop your email into here and I'll send out an update to everyone and make sure that you all get my information and booking info.
So like the thing we did today, you should be doing this like regularly?
You can, yes. So it's a balancing act in my personal belief of, I think a lot of times in these healing spaces, sometimes we can get caught up in the identity of healing. And you have to also appreciate that there's the version of you that is the healed version of you. So if it feels like that pattern, that thing is still sticky, it's still there, then I would recommend doing it again. If it feels lighter, if it feels no longer an issue, I wouldn't say keep revisiting it. It's like a cut, a wound. You don't, every time if you have a cut on your arm and you get stitches, you don't keep opening it back up. You just keep it clean and let it heal. Clean it out and let it heal. So if it needs a little attention, then you can revisit the recording, but I don't think that you have to do it. Yep.
Other exercises then, like this is more like let it go of something
Mm-hmm.
you don't want, but are there other types of exercise for manifesting or bringing in things that you want to fill that with?
Yes. So that would be a one-on-one session, would be more targeted towards specific goals and outcomes. The reason I like to do that as a one-on-one is because even if you and the person over here want the same thing, there is a chance that there's different underlying things at play that we want to shift towards. So there is ways that you can target in towards the thing that you want, definitely. Any more questions? All right. I will be around the room for a little bit. So if you have any questions that you want to just talk to me, I'm going to be around and we can chat. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.